let me tell you a story of a man who gave his life to save the United States when no one on Earth even really knew who he was. That man's name. I guess this is where I should put a spoiler warning, actually. Spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. It's everywhere. It's here, it's there, it's over at you, it's by me, it's everywhere. That man's name was Talos. Why did he die? Did he die? Is he dead? No, I don't think he's dead. I think he's alive. They did this last episode with me, with Gaia, which is why now I think he's not dead, but then I think, did they want me to know that? Did they want me to think this way? And they've orchestrated it now. Because they teased me with her death, and then at the beginning of this episode, she's fine, because she was super Skrull. Have they lulled me into a fake sense of security? That just seems exactly like what Secret Invasion would do to me. Plays with my emotions. Ah! Guys, this is probably the best episode that we've had so far. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. Except for that one apparent green screen bit where the shot at the helicopter that Nick Fury fires is not matching with the rest of the scene. But wow, what a great episode. What a great... So many good scenes. I will say something that I'm really loving about Secret Invasion so far is that a lot of it is just two people talking and like playing off each other. And that's pretty much most of the show. Every scene is basically like these two people, the power play, the struggle. And I'm really enjoying all of that. I think it's really fun. Also, I don't know if my glasses are distracting. I feel like I look like the evil character in an anime. Like I have the flash over my eyes and it's like you can't really see like what I'm thinking, like what is she thinking? And I'm like, yes, I feel like I'm graphic right now, I guess. But hopefully it's not distracting for you. It certainly is apparently for me. Speaking of graphic, wow, what a jerk that graphic is. Yeah, I hate that guy. Why is he like this? What is his story? When are we gonna get the full deets on Gravik? We know his whole family was obviously didn't make it through the war. They were like all killed. But like what else happened to him? Something on Earth? Did he not get enough hugs? What happened to him? Why is he like this? I really don't want Talos to be dead. And I love how, one thing I will say is there's a speech that Talos and Gaia have in this episode when they're, well, not a speech, a conversation, but Talos gives a speech during the conversation where he basically says, my plan is to deal with what's happening and the Skrulls trying to conquer Earth. We neutralize that. Once that threat is handled, we go to the president. We tell the president, yeah, we saved the whole planet, we're Skrulls. And then we basically kind of just wait. I was like, that's a terrible plan. Admit it, I was with Gaia when she was like, Dad, that plan sucks. Because it does, it sounds ridiculous. And he's like, we just have to show them our heart. And I was like, Talos, you fool, you optimistic fool. That might go well because you're in a superhero movie, or superhero show, but in real life, no, that's not how that works usually. And I was like, man, Gravik does have some good points. That was the one thing that I felt kind of cheesy, I guess, to me in the show. Like just that Talos still believed this after everything. And that was the plan. He was surprised when Gaia gets up and walks away. But then at the end of this episode, they made me believe it. Gosh darn it. Because then he literally saves the president with his life and lays it all on the line. And he made me believe the dream. Because I was like, that's it. That solves the problem. He literally saved the president by just being willing to care about Earth's issues and actually want to help with this and actually want to fight back against the Skrull invasion. And I believed it. So even though that's one of my qualms, I guess, with this episode, that was brilliant. That was so well done. I guess I should do a quick little recap of what happened in this episode. Now that we're halfway through the video and I've just ranted about all the things that I've loved that really like touched me, obviously, clearly emotionally. I don't know if you guys can tell that I'm emotional doing this. I literally just finished the episode. So I'm really coming out of it with like, I feel like some intense emotions, but I love that. That's so brilliant. Anyways, let me give you a summary. So basically at the beginning of this episode, Gaia, we find out, yes, she did not die. She's alive. She actually made herself a super Skrull before she went out there really quick. So she's able to heal and she's good. And for the people that watched my last episode, and I saw some of you in the comments were talking about the powers on the screen. So I wasn't wearing my glasses last time I watched. I don't always wear my glasses, but I'm wearing them now because I did just watch the episode with my glasses on so I could see all the details. So yeah, I did miss that before, but thank you everyone for sharing that with me because that was really cool to think about and really cool to kind of go back to after the episode was done. Yes, so Gaia turned herself into a super Skrull, and I was just saying, yes, thank you so much to everybody who mentioned all that cool stuff. So she does that, she comes back to life, clearly, and sort of everyone's doing different things, and the timeline isn't quite as important, but well, Nick Fury's wife, Priscilla, so she basically goes to the meeting. She meets with Rhodey, who was a Skrull, which I feel like everyone was guessing. And I was one of the few people that was like, guys, he might not be a Skrull. I think that scene was really deep and really cool. And then no, he was a Skrull. Although I do still think that scene was really deep and really cool with him and Fury initially where he fires him. I believed it could have been Rhodey, so the Skrull did a good job. Good job, Skrull. You convinced me. So they have that meeting, and he's like, yeah, you gotta kill Fury, and she's basically like, okay, and then we find out that Fury is listening with earpieces, so we obviously put a bug on her, and he knows what's supposed to happen, and she's trying to convince Rhodey Skrull that no, like, we don't really have to kill him, like, he's not even, like, you know, how he used to be. He's an old dog. Let's just, like, let him be. But Rhodey's not buying it, and he says, if you don't kill him, then I'll kill you. And so either way, someone's dying. And probably both of you are, because if I kill you, I might be able to just kill Fury. Anyways, so she gets back home, and her and Fury have a little tete-a-tete. And we also got a flashback to her sort of telling him this really beautiful poem that was a dialogue. They revisit that, and we find out that actually they're going to spare each other because they both fire their guns at the same time, but they intentionally miss, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. Very spy moments all over the place. So Fury's okay. She's on the run now. He's gonna be on the run again. He links back up with Talos, and what Talos has been doing, or Talos has been doing, is he had a conversation with Gaia where that whole conversation I talked about where he said this is what the plan will be when she asked him, and she was not very happy and she walked off. So he and Fury meet back up, but first Fury goes to Rhodey, gives Rhodey a bottle of booze, and basically is like, look, just give me my job back. Trying to sort of suss out Rhodey, but really what he's doing is planting a liquid tracker on him through the bottle of booze. And Rhodey reveals they have footage of Fury shooting Maria Hill, which obviously it wasn't Fury, it was Gravik. So that happens, and then, yeah, we go back to Talos and Fury basically meeting up, trying to save the president, because it's also revealed in this episode that Gravik's plan is to sort of fake a Russian attack where they attack the president in America. So that ends up happening, and we have this culminating moment where it's Fury and Talos trying to deal with the fake Russian attack on the president, and the Skrulls as the fake Russians are there trying to secure the president. Obviously they want to control him and use him as their puppet. And what happens in this? Talos gives up his life to save the president, and then seemingly dies. He is shot in the heart, then he is stabbed in the heart. Show them your heart. You did, because your heart is all visible for all of the world because of this giant hole in your chest. And that is where we end the episode. And I was like, there should be more. This is not enough. That's the one thing I will say. I wish there was more in this episode because I wanted to keep watching it. But I do feel that if you're watching this weekly with me and you're not in the future going back and watching all of these as you binge watch it, which also, hello, future people, if that is you. This is the way I think to watch it. I think watching it weekly is awesome because you're getting these really intense waves that are very rewarding. This isn't to me though as like, oh, I need to figure out all the Easter eggs and solve the puzzle as WandaVision, but it's just an intense roller coaster emotion in the sense that I feel like there's a lot of things that we just don't know where the show will go. And it's very suspenseful in that way in terms of the plot and the characters. So yeah, I'm really loving it. I hope you're loving it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, but I think this episode was pretty perfect for me. Like really, really good. Like I know I haven't been rating any of these, but I'm just gonna rate this one right now, and I think it's like a 9 out of 10 for me. 9 Skrull heads out of 10. 9 bottles of booze out of 10. No, 9 Skrull heads out of 10. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, friends, until I see you next time, stay nerdy. Bye. Bye.